I got to think this is a pretty intense time for you. Like, it feels like your whole career has been building up to the release of this debut big solo record. There are so many people in our audience who are getting to know you today. I want to talk about you as a performer. I also want to talk about you as a really, really gifted writer. I want to get a little bit of your history here. When was the moment that you realized you wanted to, or you realized you could, write music for a living?
I think the moment was definitely The Monster.
So before that, you had doubts?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I had some like K-pop hits, and like.
Yeah.
But I think I definitely had doubts until then.
When did you know you wanted to do it?
Oh, since I was like 4.
Really?
Yeah.
mean,
I always just knew. Like, I knew that I was going to be in music and I was going to be successful some way, somehow, in some capacity. I didn't know how it was going to happen, but I just knew it. It was just a feeling. I just knew.
When did you start experimenting with writing and trying to write hits?
Trying to write hits.
Well, man, what's what you're doing?
I first started writing like poems and stuff when I was like 8, but I really started writing songs when I was like 16, 17.
How did they sound?
Bad.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they were terrible. I remember doing like workshops. I try to like learn how to write, proper songs. And I joined like these country workshops, and I was like in with all these Nashville writers. Mm-hmm. And I was terrible. And I was so nervous.
Do you remember any of those? That's all right. Do you remember any of those early jams? Any of those early songs you wrote?
I remember one that I wrote when I was 15. I can't forget it.
Give me like 2 lines.
Oh my gosh. I wasn't even in love and I was writing love songs. I was like, I don't know what. It sounds like neo soul. It's weird. Oh my gosh.
You don't have to, by the way.
Whatever. I don't care.
All right.
It's interesting. Boy,
that's the new name of the show. I don't care. It's interesting.
Yeah. Boy, you know I love you. You know I really do. Every time I see your face, I fall more in love with you. I don't know.
That's beautiful.
I was 15 and I wrote that.
Someone's going to listen to this on this show and buy that right now.
But that's not even available.
Not too bad. They're going to get it.
Sitting in my lap. It's not even my laptop. It's like sitting on my mom's like chunky desktop somewhere in Staten Island, New York.
Speaking of your mom and your dad, your parents are Albanian immigrants.
Yes, they are.
Moved to the U.S. in the 80s.
Yes.
You come along in 89. Did your family and their heritage play a role in the music you were listening to growing up?
Absolutely. My dad had Albanians get married there's like a wedding every week. So I would go I remember my friends being like, I have never been to a wedding before. I was like, I've been to 10 this year, and we obviously bring all our families and there's like 500 people at the wedding. It's like my big fat Greek wedding, but Albanian.
My lean Albanian wedding.
Huh?
My lean Albanian wedding.
Yeah, exactly. Sure. It definitely played a big part in my music. The drums, the accordions, all those sounds. Definitely played a huge part.
Do you hear that really in your music?
Yeah, I think even like in the song I Got You. You can hear it like in the drum patterns. Kind of, it's interesting. It's not like just I wouldn't call it like a straight up pop song. Like I can write some really, if I wanted to, like I don't know. I don't want to say the wrong word, but like straight edge pop songs.
You could write some pretty like straight ahead slick pop songs.
Yeah, like very pop. Like I don't know.
Like who?
Like Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
But I could. But I'm not. I'm saying. But I that's not me.
Yeah.
But I have songs that I've written that are like super major, like major key, happy chords. It just doesn't fit me.
Mm-hmm. This is so you hear yourself in that music. You hear where you came from.
Yeah, that's what I want. Like that's what I think is important, especially like not only my culture, but like growing up in New York. Is that a Fitbit?
It is, yeah.
I had mine on, but they took it off me.
Oh yeah.
Mine's pink.
Mine looks like a watch, so I think I get.
How many steps did you do today?
Not very many, but I did. You know how many I did yesterday?
What?
14,000.
Wow, I did like 6.
You know what I'm at? Let's see. 3,841.
I'm gonna tell you mine. Can I tell you mine right now?
Tell me yours. Come on.
Okay, this is before I
3,841. By the way, it's like 7 p.m. I should have so many. I should have cracked $5,000 by now. This is called working in an office.
Where do you see it on the app? Let me
see the app.
Wait. Oh, 4,918 steps.
You got me beat. That you deserve that.
And that's not even It's not even syncing. It's like it's in there somewhere.
You're gonna get like 18.
Oh no, 5,924 steps.
That's Wahlburger steps right there.
Yes.
I want to play earlier when I asked you, what was that moment that not only did you know you wanted to write songs, but that you really could write kind of hit kind of pop songs. After having a hit like Monster with Eminem and Rihanna, you could have just kind of stayed in the shadows. I mean, you look at someone like Max Martin. This is
Absolutely, yeah.
It's so mysterious that I interviewed someone on the basis that they heard one of his demos. So if you don't know him, he's this guy he's kind of an iconic songwriter.
He's one of the best songwriters there is.
Yeah, he's number 3 after Lennon and McCartney with most Billboard number 1s.
Unbelievable.
He wrote I Want It That Way. He wrote I Can't Feel My Face. He wrote
basically all the Katy Perry stuff, basically all it's just everything.
Did you ever contemplate doing the same thing? Like not performing and just writing for others?
Yeah, I've had moments. I honestly really love writing songs. But I think this was, being an artist and being able to, there's a different feeling that you get when you perform your own songs. Somebody had asked me, like, does it feel different performing the songs that you write than giving them away? I was like, yes, it feels a lot better when you perform them and you see people sing the songs back to you. Mm-hmm. Or like when you like I do a meet and greet at a show and somebody comes up to me and says, you saved my life. Like there's something about that because when I write these songs, it's my therapy and then now it's like it's giving back, but then they're giving back to me. I thought about it sometimes, like I'm like maybe I should just be a songwriter because this is way too much pressure.
Yeah.
And it's not clicking, like I don't know what to do. But I just kind of kept on going and just be like just writing and just being, I don't know.
Because if you're writing, then it's also a maybe a more normal life. You can go home
absolutely.
at the end. You can go home at the end of the night.
You can wake up at I had a schedule at one point. I would wake up whenever I wanted in the morning.
Yeah.
And then I'd have coffee. I'd make my espresso. I would call a friend, go for breakfast, maybe work out, and then go to the studio around like 1 o'clock. Mm-hmm. And you can stay there till 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 8 p.m. Order whatever kind of food you want. Be on any kind of diet you want. Eat garbage food, mm-hmm. And then wake up whenever you want the next morning. And now when you're an artist, I have like a 3 a.m. call time to be on like morning TV.
Yeah, I know.
To be in hair and makeup.
And you think, I could just be home right now eating a Wahlburger.
Yeah, seriously. And then you're like, oh, I got to starve because I'm going to be on TV and people are going to say something like, damn, she got fat.
That's interesting. You say that. You just said that about people saying that to you, and you also said that women performers tend to have women pop performers especially tend to have their palette painted for them. And I love
absolutely.
I love the way you said that. A lot on this show just last week we did a feature on this program about we talked to a lot of different producers, female producers, yes. And we talked about why there are fewer and fewer. Yeah. Female producers, especially in pop music, but that's a side of the industry that's changing every day. You are seeing more and more women making their mark, and we talked to Katie Lang about why she thinks that is. I'm interested. What kind of hurdles have you faced in the writing room?
In the writing room and as well as in the music industry, I think I have been told that I'm too masculine in the way that I work, and I should be more feminine in the way that I say things at work.
What does that mean?
Because so when I walk in the room, I'm nice to everybody. I say, "Hi, everybody. Good morning. Well, good afternoon. What's up?" I think we should do this. Like, I think we should do a song, kind of like, what if we're like inspired by this old Kanye beat, and then we take this Aretha song, and we take like I love these chords of this Aretha song, and this is the feel that I'm going for, and this is what I'm going through today. This is how I feel. People are like, whoa, 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 whoa. Like, it's a little bit, like striking, They expect you to be like, hi, everybody, I'm Bebe. I was wondering, like, if you guys want to, I'd love to do a song like, like this, and it would be cool. What do you think? Like, what do you want? Like, what do you think we should do? Yeah. It kind of, it's, they want you to be more like, hi, like, I don't know how to explain it.
But Katie
They don't like when you like walk in the room and like take control.
Katie Lang said something really interesting. If you don't know Katie, like incredible country singer and pop singer and icon, she said the lesson that she learned was that most of the time when she walks into a room, she has to convince the men in the room
they're in control.
That her idea is their idea,
yes.
So it'll get made.
But isn't that sad though? I mean, I never really, honestly, like I don't like get caught up in that stuff because people always ask me like, are there hurdles in the music business? Yeah, there are. Mm-hmm. But I don't go around thinking about it every day because then that's draining, and I feel like I'd be wasting my time thinking about the men and women and blah 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 blah. Like there are. There's been moments where people have tried to touch me inappropriately, have tried to massage my foot randomly. Big producers. And I was the girl who was like, this is not happening right now. I'm calling my cab and I'm getting the hell out of this studio and I don't care. At that time, I've had managers who were like, just stay in the room. You have to get a hit. We need you to get a hit. And I was like, no, I'm not doing that. Like I called myself a cab and I got out that room. And I was like, I'm not standing for this. I refuse to. I don't care if I burn a bridge with you. And I've burnt bridges with many big producers because, like, it's just, there's moments, but it's like, whatever. Like, I mean, I guess it's not okay, but you can't live your life, like, freaking out about those moments. You have to learn from it and be strong for yourself and just move on.
Where do you think that comes from? Where do you think that attitude that you have comes from?
I think it comes from growing up in New York.
Where in New York?
I was born in Brooklyn, raised in Staten Island.
Right.
And I think it comes from my culture. I think that my culture is a beautiful culture, but I also think that there's moments, I think it's changing, absolutely. But I grew up, being told that, like, a girl can only speak when she's spoken to.
Yeah.
And, like, you have to be, like, the wife and, like, raise kids and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And my mom is, like, a really strong woman, and she was always kind of inspiring me and told me to, like, just do what I want and follow my dreams. And I think it's also the New Yorker in me.
Yeah.
When you're, like, a 16-year-old girl trying to, like, make it in the music business and your parents are both immigrants and you don't know where to start, and you take the train to Connecticut to work with a producer, with my mom that you found on the internet, you don't know what situation you're getting into. You got to be a little tougher and be a little bit more street smart. So, and you got to just roll with the punches and kind of be a bad bitch.
If you're just tuning in, my name's Tom Power. This is Q. I'm speaking with, born in Brooklyn, raised in Staten Island, pop singer-songwriter Bebe Rexha. So I feel like the way your career is going is very of this time. You've already sang and written these songs that have billions of listens. Your debut record, though, is not out yet.
No, it's not.
It's almost kind of the backwards to how it would have been done like 30, 40 years ago, where you'd put out the record and then put out the single. There's a lot of anticipation for this record.
Yeah, I hope people like it. I'm like, well, yeah, I just want to put this record out so I can write the next one.
Right, but are you feeling any pressure?
And honestly, I mean, yeah, but whatever, it is like what it is. Like, I just wrote it, and you just kind of like just do like stuff.
But do you like?
Yeah, I want it to do good, obviously. Like, like there are some songs on there that are meaningful, but it's like this record was more based off of feeling. Did I write the most, like, I've written some beautiful records on there, but did I write some, like, life-changing, insightful, crazy things? Maybe, maybe not. The album is really basically based off more of feelings and, like, personal things, and it's very honest in this writing. It's nothing like...
But do you feel any pressure to have the songs on this album that you wrote do as well or better than the songs you wrote and other people recorded?
No.
You don't think about it?
No, because I know they're going to do good.
That's
I just know it. I mean, I know does that sound crazy?
No, it sounds confident.
Yeah, I just feel like...
And I think we live in a society where confidence is kind of, we're told that confidence is
bad,
crazy.
Especially for females. And if it doesn't, it's like everything is not do or die. That's one thing I wish I would have told my younger self, like in the music business. It's like, it's all good. When I first got dropped on my first record deal, I thought it was like the end of the world. Oh my gosh, nobody's going to want to sign me after this. And now I'm learning it's like if you know what I mean? If people love it, great. If not, yeah, I'll be bummed. But I'll go back and then I'm going to write another album.
I don't think you have too much to worry about. It's a beautiful record. I just want to close with one last question. You're talking about what drives you to write this music, but I'm interested in, the end goal here.
Yeah.
It's fair to say that 2017 is going to be a really big year for you.
I hope so.
And I want to congratulate you on a really beautiful record.
Thanks.
And I know how challenging it is and how easy it seems. It's the strangest music, pop music, because
Yes.
it sounds so easy, but it's actually so hard.
It's the hardest, and it's like the most critique. It's funny because like the second you become pop, it's kind of like, so when you say pop singer songwriter, I'm like, ugh.
No, I know what it is.
But it's like, because it's like weird, because that just means popular. And what is popular? Popular is anything that is kind of, it has such a weird, weird thing, like kind of, it's popular, just anything good that we all can move to, and like that we most of us like, the majority of us like.
Tell me, and I want to get you off to your next thing you have to do.
Yes.
Which I'm sure is 18 other things. But tell me, what's the end goal for Bebe Rexha?
I think the end goal for Bebe Rexha is to put out great music and to be able to perform it and travel and tour the music. But my end goal, right? Let's say a couple albums in, is I really want to start a record label. in a publishing company, and I want to sign artists because I remember when I first got signed, or like the excitement of music. I love seeing that in like 15-year-olds and like younger people that are kind of, like that excitement, like when you first walk into a recording studio, and then you kind of lose that a bit. So I kind of want to be the female version of P. Diddy, or no, Jay-Z. I want to be the female version of Jay-Z, and I hope 20 years from now I own a big record company that helps break a lot of new acts and makes their dreams come true.
Bebe Rexha, thanks so much for talking to me.
Thanks.